What's up and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a tutorial on my flawless foundation routine. If you're interested in seeing how I got this look, you came to the right place. For foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Freshwear Foundation in the shade Hazelnut 510. I'm applying about 2 pumps of this foundation, first with a brush and then going back over it with a Real Technique sponge that's damp. And I do this that way I get the most coverage that I can, but I end up with no brush lines and that airbrushed finish that a sponge gives you. For concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Maple, and this is actually my favorite concealer because it doesn't crease and it lasts forever and it's very hydrating. And I like this shade in particular because the orange, slightly orange tone of it cancels out the darkness and hyperpigmentation I have in my skin. For contour, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in the shade Walnut, and I'm doing my contour before I'm blending out my concealer because letting the concealer sit allows you to get a little bit more coverage with the concealer, and it also makes it a little bit easier to blend out. To contour my nose, I'm going in with a brush. That way I don't get too much product on my nose by going straight in with the foundation stick. Now I'm just blending out the rest of my contour with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion brush. Now I'm using a damp Real Technique sponge to blend out my concealer, making sure that I take my time with this. This is crucial because honestly, the way that my makeup turns out has mostly to do with how much time I actually take to blend out my concealer. To highlight, I'm taking the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Tan Deep Honey and using a very, very small amount because it is very pigmented and on the drying side. I'm placing this concealer anywhere that I would like to bring forward or highlight on my face. And then blending that out with the same Real Techniques blending sponge. To set my concealer, I'm taking the Black Radiance True Complexion Setting Powder in Banana, using my damp sponge, dipping it into the powder, and then on the back of my hand to get rid of the excess, and then going in and setting the areas that I placed the concealer on my face. This is my favorite banana setting powder. To chisel out the cheeks, I'm taking that same powder, dipping the bottom of the sponge in it, and lightly tracing just below the contour line towards the corner of my mouth. And you don't want to do this too hard or you will leave a line on your face. For bronzer, I'm taking the Too Faced Deep Chocolate Soleil bronzer and wiping off most of the banana powder while I bronze the face. For blush, I have the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine, and I'm just pressing that into the cheekbones. Next, I'm taking the e.l.f. finishing powder in Medium Deep to set the rest of the face and wipe off the rest of the banana powder. This powder is my ride or die to set the face or even wear without foundation. Next, I'm going back in with my bronzer in the lower lash line. For a highlighter, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy highlighter on my cheekbones and in the inner corner of my eyes. This is my favorite highlighter of all time. Now I'm gonna fix my hair and do the rest of my makeup and come back and show you the final look. Here's the final look, and make sure you hit subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one.